Hey guys, I'm Brian.
And I'm Terry.
And welcome to the Forester Farm Project. Today we're back at Terry's old house.
Yep, tearing it up today again.
Yep, we're finally going to get to tearing out that wall. Not today, but
soon.
Very soon.
We got to get all these old cabinets out, and insulation passed, the rough in and passed.
Yep.
So we're good to go there, but we don't want to take that wall down. It was, what was it last night? 21?
It was 27 degrees last night, 23 the night before, so it's been really cold in this room because there's no sheetrock on the ceiling adjacent to this room.
Right.
So
and no insulation over there anymore.
Right. All that cold air out of the attic's coming down in here, and it's like 45, 50 in the kitchen.
Yeah, so it's supposed to be warming up this week.
Yeah.
And even this weekend some, so we're going to...
And we had initially said we were going to sheetrock the walls first, but we're going to sheetrock the ceiling first. Proper way to do it. Yeah. So we've got to get this wall torn out before we can do that.
Yep.
So
let's get to it.
Alrighty.
All right, well, a couple points we want to make before we get started. One is you want to avoid getting dust in the house, I would think. Some people I've seen them do serious remodel work and never cover anything up. Man, that house is covered in dust. I don't like dust. I work in it, but I don't want it at home. When I come home, I want it clean. So the first thing we did is we're going to buy, there's a device you can tape to the plastic, and it's got a zipper. And you unzip the zipper, and then you take a knife inside that zipper, you cut it out. And we're gonna go buy one of those, and we'll show you that when we do. But right now, we just tape this plastic up to the wall and down the side and out here on the floor to keep it in place. And we just got a pair of pliers there, something to hold it, keep the dust out of the house. That's one thing. Then up here is the vent. I closed the vent and taped it off so no air can get in here. If no air gets pushed in here from the heat pump, it probably won't suck any air out into the house from this dusty place. Then we're going to open that window and run a fan over there and open the door, and hopefully all this dust goes out the door instead of all over our house. So another thing you want to think about when you start tearing these cabinets out, we're going to start here and then work our way across. The reason being, if you came in here and said, I'm just going to get these cabinets out, and I've seen people do stuff like this. They tear these doors off, they pull all these nails out, they got the cabinet starting to come loose from the wall, and they get over here. Then they realize that this part of the cabinet is trapped by this part of the cabinet. So you don't want to take that down till you get this down. This don't need to come down till this is down because it's attached to that one there. So we'll take these doors off. They got some threaded rods running through the attic. I guess these guys didn't trust their cabinetry, or they must have thought about putting some pretty heavy loads in here. So they bolted that thing. We got a few of those to take out on this side. The other side don't have it, I don't think. These are some pretty old, worn out, nasty cabinets. It was the first thing we planned on doing 19 years ago when we moved here, 18 years ago. And it looks like the last thing we're gonna do. We fixed all kinds of stuff here, and this is the last thing.
It happens. This is the most time-consuming process.
Yeah.
And to take this out, since they're nailed to the wall, we're just gonna use a crow's foot. It's a really simple, easy tool to use. And you just drive it in with the hammer.
It's also got both ends. Sometimes it's a tight area, so you can get in there and pound it like that. Other times you can get in there good.
And pry it out.
Yeah, so.
But really good tool. This is a S-Twing DEP 12. It's an 11-inch double-end nail puller. So that's what we're going to do is pull nails.
Yeah, and I just bought this thing today.
Yeah, we've been talking about needing one for 5-10 years, and finally got one.
We usually use this, and you can see, if you can see, that thing is like, it's worn out. I have used that thing for 30 years.
There's nothing left on that thing. I mean, he used to use it metal detecting, digging.
Dirt. It makes a great digging tool. You can dig this way or chop at roots. It works.
But it's worn down. So we're going to give this bad boy a shot.
Craftsman 6591, made in the USA.
Yep. But, all right. Yeah, this is primarily going to be our tools. We're going to have to get some sockets, pull those bolts out or nuts off, and then probably end up breaking out a sledgehammer, sawzall, who knows what. When we get in here, we'll find out.
We don't want to tear these walls up because this sheetrock's good, and the side walls, it's going to stay. That end wall's coming out. But these side walls, hopefully we can salvage the sheetrock. If not, we'll replace what we have to, but I'd rather not if we don't have to.
Yeah. Definitely. Make as little work as possible.
Definitely. Yeah.
So this is really simple. It's straightforward. It's not rocket science. So this is going to be a time lapse for you guys. There's no sense in watching us pull every nail.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, quick demonstration on how this crow foot works for you. If I try and get in there right now, it's kind of tight right here to swing with this thing in my way, and I want to get that nail, and there's not much room over here to swing. That's when that long point comes in handy. So I'm going to get this like that. Then I get that one because it's got that sharp angle. You can just roll it right through and pull them boogers out. Here's another thing I'd like to share is this is a little magnetic dish, and you can pick these up at hardware store or big box store or whatever. Keep all your fasteners in there. That way they're not going to end up stuck in your boot and you go across the hardwood floor, you got big scratches. Or if they end up in the garage, you might end up with a flat tire in your car. So I like to keep them fasteners all gathered up. I can't tell you how many times I've had nails in my tires because carpenters just nails everywhere and they're all over in the driveway and the yard. It's a mess. So I try to keep up with my nails. I don't like flat tires. So let's get to this time lapse.
Well, what do you guys think of that? They had all that extra storage space and didn't use it.
Yeah, they put a lot of wood up there. A couple doors, and the wood they used up there, they could have made doors with just about.
That's ridiculous. And then the threaded rods they had run through there are unscrewing from the top, but then get hung up. So we're just having to cut them off and make it work. Yeah. It's a mess, but we just thought we'd show you guys. That's crazy.
It is
so
crazy.
A little more work than we thought taking those down.
But we're gonna get it.
Oh yeah.
Let's get it
Enjoy. lot more work than we expected.
Yeah, and it wasn't what we thought it was.
Not a bit.
We talked about this top cabinet. First thing we said was we're going to take this down. We're going to take the piece over the refrigerator, and then this piece over here, and then work our way around the corner because they're all separate sections. It was
no such animal.
From over here by this corner all the way to over the fridge. They got these threaded rods, which is very odd. They had nuts and washers and stuff holding the top of them cabinets. If that hadn't have been there, and if we'd have pulled this off the wall and got all the nails out that we did, at some point that weight was going to take over, and that thing could have come down like a guillotine and ripped a leg open. It had nails sticking out of it. Could have broke a foot. There's no telling.
Yeah.
Hopefully it would have been you and not me. No.
Yeah. And as you guys could see in the video, we got a little carried away with ourselves. We didn't just do this. We did the whole room except for we left a small kitchenette in the corner, which is going to be coming out real soon.
Yeah. We know 2 speeds, go and go faster. We don't quit till there's nothing left or there's no time left. One of the two.
Well, pizza came home. That was the end of our work day.
That did stop us. But no, we finished up first.
We did finish up. We tore out all these cabinets in about 2.5 hours, just under 2.5 hours. Pizza sounds good, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yes, it does. It always sounds good.
Yeah.
I'm a pizza freak.
Yeah.
Round food, pizza, cookies, pie, it's all good.
Any kind of, yeah.
You know.
But that's about it. We next up is going to be tearing that wall out.
Yes, sir.
So just got to get to it, and we're going to rock and roll on that. That's going to be a quick one.
Yep. Then it's the floor.
Yep.
And we discovered something. We thought it was 5/8 floor.
Yeah.
Because we were measuring from in that room where we cut a little section of this wall out so we could see the floor. Come to find out, we got in here and measured it's 3/4. So we can go down with Advantech.
Advantech for the whole sheeting.
It's going to be nice.
Yeah, it's going to be rock solid.
Yeah, we like Advantech.
For those of you wondering why we weren't doing Advantech, it's because we had to match what was here in that expansion. Well, to match the hardwood in the rest of the house, they did a 15/32 first subfloor. Then they did a 3/4 particle board, basically.
On top of that.
Yeah, on top of that. And then put linoleum on top of that to meet the height of the hardwood flooring. That's why there's multiple layers of flooring and it's really funky out there. So we just had to go back with what was here. If we had done just 3/4, we'd be low out there. So unfortunately, we had extra steps to take.
Yeah, I don't like that. 15-30 seconds.
He kept calling it 15/16. That's pretty thick.
That's a socket, man.
but that's about it.
Yeah.
Hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was definitely a lot of fun tearing all this out.
Yeah.
And next up, we get to tear out a wall.
See you next time.
Have a good one.